Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming by. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am back, and today we're going to talk about how to make money on Vinted. So if you're interested in making some money this year 2022, stick around and watch till the end. I have a bonus tip for you if you stick till the end. Let's go make some money. In today's video, we're going to tackle something that people have a bit of doubt about. Can you actually make money out of Vinted? Yes, you can. You just need to know how to. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you some of the tips and tricks how you can maximize the platform to be able to have better results. So we all know that Vinted, or if you don't know, Vinted is an online platform where you can buy, sell, or swap items, and you can find used items. You can find items that someone maybe bought out of impulse and they're selling them maybe good as new, or even new that someone maybe didn't use. Now, the first thing you need to do when you start selling on Vinted, obviously you need to download the application. Make sure you have the application, and then you get started and post the photos and you get started. So what is the difference between selling on Vinted and knowing how to actually selling and maximizing the platform? This is what we're going to talk today. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified, like the video, and also comment down below. So here I have my notebook where I have my points. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm referring to this point. I'm going to share with you the things that I personally have tried, and over time have noticed that once I do maybe this kind of thing, helps me to have better results. So number one is timing. Like, you need to understand, because the platform has 1,001 people, you need to understand what is the best timing to post. So if you have like 11 items, 20 items, 30 items to post, the best thing is you can put them in batches and make sure that you post in the morning and see if you can get some kind of response, or you see people if they can engage with your items, and then you post some other time. That's what I did over time, and that's what I saw. Like, for me, what works best is when I post from around 5 to around 7. This is the time you see a lot of people engaging with the item, and then they'll put it in their like a preferred item and stuff. And I'm talking about Europe because I'm in Italy. And so that's point number one. Check from your region, maybe what is the best time to post items. And this, you will learn it over time, because it's not something that you can do like just once. So maybe if you post in the morning, you can see maybe for a couple of days if it if it works for you, if it works well and good. If you need to find out what is the best time to post. Another thing you need to understand, like any other platform or an online platform to sell or buy, is you need to make sure that you have clear photos. Now, clear photos are very important to make sure that your item is well seen, you have a good background. It doesn't matter even if it's a used item, but once you portray it and you package it very well, like it has a good background to it. And I prefer white because it gives out the way the item is like in real life. So make sure you have clear photos, like there's not too much happening in the background. This really helps to make sure that your item stands out from the rest. Vinted helps the sellers on the platform to be able to give them a bit of visibility. You pay a fraction of the price if you, let's say, compare with putting your items on maybe Facebook, and you have to pay. It's really, over the top. But Vinted has a way of, it's called boost. So when you want your item, when you post your item, you have the option of boost, or you leave it to just like have a generic visibility. And you can also have a boost, which you pay around less than €2 for, I think, 3 days. And that's something. Let's say if you're selling this item, I remember this one time I was selling a shoe, and that shoe I was selling it was 220 euros, and I put the boost for 3 days, and before even those 3 days I had already sold the item. So it really helps you to get more visibility and get priority for other viewers to see your item. So boost can also be a good idea. Also, it depends with the value of the item. Let's say if you're selling something for 5 euros, now you have to check if I put it on boost, is it really worth it? So all that combined, you need to understand, but it helps you to get visibility, especially if you have high ticket items. Point number 4 is make sure you have good reviews from your clients. So if you're making a transaction, make sure that you ask your buyers to give an honest feedback to your store, so that this can help you and can also add more trust to other buyers who want to, you know, buy your items. When they come and they say that they are, you know, like 5-star of reviews, good reviews, and a lot of reviews, it adds a lot of trust for someone to trust you and to make a transaction with you. The trick that I use to make sure that I have reviews is, especially at the beginning, you don't have really a lot of, you know, option to have lots of reviews at once. You can actually buy things from other vendors on the platform, on Vinted, and you can ask them to give you an honest feedback so that you can review them and they can also review you honestly, and that helps you and boost your platform so that you can actually get trust. Like any other store, if you go to an online or any e-commerce store and you want to buy an item, like myself, I always look at the, you know, the rating of the store and the reviews, how's the functionality of the item, how is this a good vendor, you know, all that. You have to make sure that you have good reviews, and at first you have to sacrifice, so you need to, you know, do something to be able to get the reviews, which are really, honestly, they help you to sell and people to trust you. The next thing that can really help to sell more on Vinted is the description of the item, is what you write. Maybe this is let's say you're selling this book and you have to say this is maybe 5A, you know, black notebook, and it has this number of pages, it has this, it has this. But what is also more important is to make sure that you give them the honest information about the items that you're selling. If it has a dent, take a photo, put it there, and make sure that the client knows that it has a dent. Make sure that the client knows it's used. Make sure that the client knows it doesn't have the tag. If it's a cloth, you say it's new, yes, but does it have a tag? No. New without tag, or used, good as new, those kind of things. But also with the photos, because seeing is believing, and if you are able to, you know, give a review of the item the way it is in real life, it really goes a long way. Let's say you're selling this shoe. Let's say you're selling this shoe and maybe it has, you know, some dent over here, and you say, okay, here it's a bit chipped. This is this. The client really knows what they're getting themselves to when they are buying the actual item, and this helps you to have less returns and to have a bad feedback from clients. Because can you imagine the position when you buy something, and maybe especially like us ladies, when you buy something, so, you know, looking forward to get your package, and when you get the package, it's not what you want, and maybe you had planned to have it, or maybe you have a function and you need to wear that. Let's say if it's clothes or shoes or bags, you need to make sure that you give what you have, like good information, sincere, honest about the item, and this goes a long way. I have a bonus tip that I will give to you. This is like my personal, but I'm going to share with you here, so stick around. Now, the next thing you need to make sure is response time. When you have an order, what happens is the system is really good. Like the Vinted platform is really good because it notifies you on your email, and you also get a notification from the application itself. But you need to make sure that that client, maybe if they ask for a photo, can I have the photo of the back? Can I have the photo maybe on the side? or any other, inquiries. Is this black? Does it look blue? Those kind of things. Is it, color, size, and all those things? Those kind of specifications, you need to respond. And even the price. Maybe someone needs a little discount, you need to really respond. Because what happens when a buyer wants to buy something is they want to buy now. If you are able to respond in time, it helps you to make that sell, like real quick. So response time is also really crucial. So I'm going to share with you now the bonus tip. What is bonus tip is, let's say you are traveling and you won't be available. What some sellers don't really understand is that you need to make sure that you there is a place where you show that you are not available, so that it's easy for the client to know that, okay, I'm buying this item, but this person is not here, I'll be back on this time, in this time. So you need to make sure that you indicate that, so that you don't get an order and then you can't deliver it, because someone will not be very happy if they purchase and then it takes forever to be delivered. And what happens is, once a buyer purchases something, the money is first put on hold by Vinted system, and then what happens is, once the item has been delivered to the client, this is when now Vinted goes and releases the cash. So your money will be on hold as a buyer, and you don't have the item for as long as I don't know when. So that is not a good thing to do, and I think it's very important, because I think most sellers really don't know that. Maybe they think, okay, once I get an order, I can deliver the item, or I can ship the item whatever time I want. So you guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put up some more content on how to make money online and all that. I'm going to share with you my experience, and I think it's going to be very helpful, so stick around. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe, and also like the video, hit the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I have a new video up. Comment down below, tell me, have you started selling on Vinted? Or if you haven't started, what are you waiting for? Start. It costs nothing. It's actually zero cost business that you can start in 2022. Trust me. Let's go make some money.